glorify you, Jesus. Magnify you, Lord. You're worthy of the glory, Lord.
Kingdom of heaven is at hand. Everybody knows it's different. Everybody can tell that it's different. And if you can't tell it's different, there's something wrong with you. Because between the weather and between what you've had going on within you, it's different. Last week, we concluded with the fact that when you move towards good, good moves through you in order to get good to others who are along your pathway to your good. And today we're going to look at some delays of your movement. So we are in part 3 of movement. We're still looking at the age of elements, which is part 3 of the Faith Like Gravity series. And we're thankful to have gotten to this point. I say that because I know now that God is establishing an everlasting change upon everybody here at Ecclesia. Some of the things that you've wrestled with time and 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 time again, they're going to come to rest this year. Y'all know I don't say stuff like that just to be saying it, just because it sounds good. I'm saying that because we're in a movement and we're in a moment that is a distinct time that God is advancing his kingdom. So there's a lot of individual information that you've been taking in that's been changing for you. There's been a lot of information that has been changing for your relationships. There's been a lot of information that's been changing for your family. There's been a lot of information that's been changing for this entire body. A lot of different things have been changing. That has been a strategic move. And what you're going to find as we start to look at some of the things that's been delays to our movement today, you're going to be able to see so that within this week, you're going to begin to get things in order that you've been struggling to get in order. And some of this, like always, is going to hurt. But if you will face it and you will address it this week, I promise you, there's a major move that he's trying to get to you, each of you individually, each of you collectively, each of you family-wise, and especially us body-wise as Ecclesia. I can say that because we just stepped into the 12th month on yesterday, the 12th month on the Hebrew calendar. The number 12 is a number for governmental order. That is what he has established, is for things to be in order for us, but we have to follow the order that he gives us in order for it to be in order for us, if that makes sense. Because I know, and once again, just from understanding the seasons of life, what took place and what really these last 3 to 4 days has been a signification of is the sap that's inside of the tree has begun to move at a faster pace. So if you felt some anxiety, you felt some questions, you felt some wondering, you felt all of those things, and you started feeling that around about Tuesday or Wednesday and began to come up to this point, even up to last night, all of the different things that have been transpiring, all of those shifts that happened for you this week, they're strategic. They're to try to get what's inside of you moving to the point that you understand the movement, when it happens, when it changes, when it adjusts, when it gets faster, when it slows down, all of those things. Because let's just lay it out there. Some of you been feeling stuck. You've been feeling like, why is this not moving? I know he told me that I was going to be blessed. I know he told me that this was going to change. Why has this not changed yet? But of course, I know y'all don't have those questions. I'm the only one that has that kind of stuff. But the idea of this, of knowing that it's time for what's inside of you to move. See, because that's why I want to, I'm reeling you into something so that you understand what this week was about. If you think about how quick you wake up and you begin to look at what's changed outside, what he's looking for is for you to wake up and look inside that quick every day. Because when you wake up and you look outside and you think about this week, you looked outside, you're like, man, it's ice on the ground, it's ice on the vehicle, it's ice on the, so now I gotta get out there, I gotta chip this off, I gotta de-ice it, I gotta scrape this off, I gotta do all this, and you started preparing just so you can move. And what he's looking for is we gotta do that same thing inside. He's saying, wake up, adjust, shift, see what you got to shift, see what you got to change inside so that you can move. What held you back yesterday? What was a hindrance to you yesterday? Adjust for it today. What about the weather shifted? What about your attitude changed yesterday? Adjust that today. All of these things he's trying to show us. Just like you prepared for when the weather changed outside, he wants you to look inside to do that much preparation each day. And see, just out of curiosity, have you ever felt stuck yet excited at the same time? Because you see where your movement's going to take you if you could ever get moving. So you're stuck, but you're excited even though you're stuck. Because you're like, I can see it, I can taste it, I know I'm going to have it, I just got to move. I got to get the motion going. So what's been keeping that motion from going? I'm glad you asked. Go with me to Habakkuk, chapter 1. We're going to look at verses 1 through 5 to start out with, because I want you to see what happens within you as a human being. Habakkuk, chapter 1, verses 1 through 5, says this. It says, the burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see. O Lord, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? You ever felt like that? Felt like, man, I'm pouring my heart out to God. I'm crying. I'm asking for this change. Why won't this change? It says, even cry out unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save. Lord, this is tearing me apart. This is tearing my family apart. Lord, this is a hindrance to everything around me. Why won't you change this? Of course, y'all ain't ever asked nothing like that. It says, why dost thou show me iniquity and cause me to behold grievance? In other words, I see how I've been thinking wrong and I'm changing it and I'm working on that. Why will this not change? It says, for spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise up strife and contention. Lord, these folks are starting to nag at me now because they're questioning what's really going on. I've been telling these folks it's going to change, and there's been a little bit of movement, but it ain't changing big. So why is this not changing like this? It's starting to get rough. It says, therefore, the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous. Feeling like you're surrounded about unrighteous folk now? Folks in that circle looking at you wondering, where is your God now? You saying all that stuff that he gonna take care of you? And you saying all of that stuff that he gonna change you? And you saying that stuff about your change gonna come? So they starting to question, have you changed? The people you involved with changed? Watch this. It says, therefore, wrong judgment proceedeth. Just this week, you had somebody look at you in a way, and you wondering, how they see that? How did they view that out of me? Because that ain't even what I was thinking. That's not even where I was going with that. That's not even the direction that I was trying to take. That's not even my heart. That's not even my focus. And then in verse 5, it says, behold, ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days, which you will not believe, though it be told you. God's saying he's going to do something so out of the ordinary for you that even though he's going to tell you before he does it, you still ain't going to believe it, even though he told you. Because he's told you that thing that's up against you now, he's told you it's going to turn around. He's fixing to turn it around. You're like, well, I've been feeling that for a long time. All of the times before, forget it. Because now, this is a time that he's shifting things on a big basis. If the weather ain't showed you that, I don't know what else is going to get you to understand. Because basically, a nation got put in chains. Couldn't do nothing. When they thought, hey, it's just going to be another normal week. Oh, they always say it's going to snow in Tennessee and it's going to do something in Tennessee, but it ain't going to do nothing. It ain't going to do anything like it normally do. Okay. Psych. Try to move like that you want to. Try to move regular. Try to handle things like you've been handling them and see how it turns out this week. And see, that's what he's trying to show. I stifled you last week so I can turn you around this week. Because now, he's got everybody's attention. Because after that snow came last night, the ice came last night, everybody was, as soon as they started forecasting it, everybody looking a little bit different because of what happened early in the week. Like, oh, so now y'all paying a little closer attention. Well, that's what he's needed. And now that he's got everybody's attention, watch where this is about to go. See, one of the biggest problems is moving before someone else is ready may take the life of someone that actually belongs in your life. Moving before someone else is ready. See, God's got people strategically placed around you in your life, and some of them are supposed to move forward with you. Some of them were just scaffolds. See, scaffolds are something that they're actually structures that you put planks on, that you build up, you work on whatever you're building on, and you walk around on them, and then after you're done with the building, you take the scaffolds down and you can go use them on another building. They're not actually designed to stay with the building. They're just there to help you build the building. So some people are in your life just to help you build up to a certain level. Some people are designed to be a part of the building. If you move too fast, you're subject to mess up some folk that's supposed to be in your building. So watch how this works. You see, someone else may lose their whole